Hey guys, welcome back. I'm so sorry I haven't uploaded in almost a week, I think. Um my family and I all got the stomach flu. um or a stomach bug, I don't know. I mean, I'm assuming it was a stomach flu, but it was some kind of stomach virus and it uh or bug or whatever. It was rough and it was a long days. 2 days we were bedridden, like we didn't even get out of bed. And I'm still, me and my daughter are still not 100% today. And it's been almost a week now. So it's just been a very long week. And I did not read the Bible at all. And I even found it extremely difficult to even pray, to even ask God for help with how sick we were. Like there were times where I wanted to just the only thing I could do was in my mind just say, God, help, help me, please, help us. That was it. I didn't even have energy to speak out loud. Like it's like I couldn't bring myself to pray. I couldn't bring myself to turn to God and be like, hey, help, please. Like the most I could get sometimes was when I was really bad, I would just in my mind just be like, help, please, help me, help God, help, please help us. And that was like the extent of what I could get out. And I went to church yesterday and um, I found myself having a hard time at church. I found myself struggling to pray yesterday, and struggling to just sit down and talk out loud and pray. Like it's so weird. It's like you stay away from it for a while, like because I was sick and so I didn't, do anything for days. I didn't read the Bible, pray, nothing. And to then try to get back into it, it was like it felt like I was trying to walk in like really thick mud to where it's like I couldn't walk. That's what it felt like. It felt like I like last night I sat down to pray and after church and I couldn't even speak. I couldn't even talk. I just started crying and then eventually I was able to talk a little bit, but even then it was like it was so weird. It's so strange. Like I don't know. I don't know, guys. So, I mean, I would much rather be taking a nap right now. But I was like, I've already missed almost a week of this. I need to get back on it and I need to just try and push through and maybe I can get back to how I was doing well, like for the most part with God and praying and reading the Bible and stuff. So here I am. um and I'm just hoping I can get back to what I was doing because before I got sick, I was actually starting to work out. I worked out 4 days. I took a break on in between. So I worked out 2 days, took a break, and then worked out 2 days. But I was doing good. And then I got sick and it just completely threw me off everything. And my husband's still having a hard time finding a job. And it's just, I don't know. I just feel like we can't catch a break right now. But I'm just going to keep trying and keep pushing through and try to just get back to how I was doing well, focus on my eating, start exercising again, get back on praying again every day, getting close to God again, working on, the Bible and these videos and just try and get back to it. So that's all I can do. But let's get into today's chapters and get on with it.
I put on righteousness, and it clothed me. My justice was like a robe and a turban. I was eyes to the blind, and I was feet to the lame. I was a father to the poor, and I searched out the case that I did not know. I broke the fangs of the wicked and plucked the victim from his teeth. Then I said, I shall die in my nest and multiply my days as the sand. My root is spread out to the waters, and the dew lies all night on my branch. My glory is fresh within me, and my bow is renewed in my hand. Men listened to me and waited, and kept silence for my counsel. After my words they did not speak again, and my speech settled on them as dew. They waited for me as for the rain, and they opened their mouth wide as for the spring rain. If I mocked at them, they did not believe it, and the light of my countenance they did not cast down. I chose the way for them, and sat as chief. So I dwelt as a king in the army, as one who comforts mourners. But now they mock at me, men younger than I, whose fathers I disdained to put with the dogs of my flock. Indeed, what profit is the strength of their hands to me? Their vigor has perished. They are gaunt from want and famine, fleeing late to the wilderness, desolate and waste, who pluck mallow by the bushes and broom tree roots for their food. They were driven out from among men. They shouted at them as at a thief. They had to live in the clefts of the valleys, in caves of the earth and the rocks. Among the bushes they brayed, under the nettles they nestled. They were sons of fools, yes, sons of vile men. They were scourged from the land. And now I am their taunting song. Yes, I am their byword. They abhor me. They keep far from me. They do not hesitate to spit in my face, because he has loosed my bowstring and afflicted me. They have cast off restraint before me. At my right hand the rabble arises. They push away my feet, and they raise against me their ways of destruction. They break up my path. They promote my calamity. They have no helper. They come as broad breakers. Under the ruinous storm they roll along. Terrors are turned upon me. They pursue my honor as the wind, and my prosperity has passed like a cloud. And now my soul is poured out because of my plight. The days of affliction take hold of me. My bones are pierced in me at night, and my gnawing pains take no rest. By great force, my garment is disfigured. It binds me about as the collar of my coat. He has cast me into the mire, and I have become like dust and ashes. I cry out to you, but you do not answer me. I stand up, and you regard me. But you have become cruel to me. With the strength of your hand, you oppose me. You lift me up to the wind and cause me to ride on it. You spoil my success. For I know that you will bring me to death and to the house appointed for all living. Surely he would not stretch out his hand against a heap of ruins if they cry out when he destroys it. Have I not wept for him who was in trouble? Has not my soul grieved for the poor? But when I looked for good, evil came to me. And when I waited for light, then came darkness. My heart is in turmoil and cannot rest. Days of affliction confront me. I go about mourning, but not in the sun. I stand up in the assembly and cry out for help. I am a brother of jackals and a companion of ostriches. My skin grows black and falls from me. My bones burn with fever. My harp is turned to mourning, and my flute to the voice of those who weep. I have made a covenant with my eyes. Why then should I look upon a young woman? For what is the allotment of God from above, and the inheritance of the Almighty from on high? Is it not destruction for the wicked, and disaster for the workers of iniquity? Does he not see my ways and count all my steps? If I have walked with falsehood, or if my foot has hastened to deceit, let me be weighed on honest scales, that God may know my integrity. If my step has turned from the way, or my heart walked after my eyes, or if any spot adheres to my hands, then let me sow, and another eat. Yes, let my harvest be rooted out. If my heart has been enticed by a woman, or if I have lurked at my neighbor's door, then let my wife grind for another, and let others bow down over her. For that would be wickedness. Yes, it would be iniquity deserving of judgment. For that would be a fire that consumes to destruction, and would root out all my increase. If I have despised the cause of my male or female servant, when they complained against me, what then shall I do when God rises up? When he punishes, how shall I answer him? Did not he who made me in the womb make them? Did not the same one fashion us in the womb? If I have kept the poor from their desire, or caused the eyes of the widow to fail, or eaten my morsel by myself, so that the fatherless could not eat of it, but from my youth I reared him as a father, and from my mother's womb I guided the widow. If I have seen anyone perish for lack of clothing, or any poor man without covering, if his heart has not blessed me, and if he was not warmed with the fleece of my sheep, if I have raised my hand against the fatherless, when I saw I had help in the gate, then let my arm fall from my shoulder, let my arm be torn from the socket. For destruction from God is a terror to me, and because of his magnificence, I cannot endure. If I have made gold my hope, or said to find gold, you are my confidence. If I have rejoiced because my wealth was great, and because my hand had gained much, if I have observed the sun when it shines, or the moon moving in brightness, so that my heart has been secretly enticed, and my mouth has kissed my hand, this also would be an iniquity, deserving of judgment, for I would have denied God who is above. If I have rejoiced at the destruction of him who hated me, or lifted myself up when evil found him, indeed, I have not allowed my mouth to sin by asking for a curse on his soul. If the men of my tent have not said, who is there that has not been satisfied with his meat? But no sojourner had to lodge in the street, for I have opened my doors to the traveler. If I have covered my transgressions as Adam, by hiding my iniquity in my bosom, because I feared the great multitude, and dreaded the contempt of families, so that I kept silence, and did not go out of the door. Oh, that I had one to hear me. Here is my mark. Oh, that the Almighty would answer me, that my prosecutor had written a book. Surely I would carry it on my shoulder, and bind it on me like a crown. I would declare to him the number of my steps. Like a prince, I would approach him. If my land cries out against me, and its furrows weep together, if I have eaten its fruit without money, or caused its owners to lose their lives, then let thistles grow instead of wheat, and weeds instead of barley. The words of Job are ended. So these 3 men ceased answering Job, because he was righteous in his own eyes. Then the wrath of Elihu, the son of Barachel the Buzite, of the family of Ram, was aroused against Job. His wrath was aroused because he justified himself rather than God. Also against his 3 friends his wrath was aroused, because they had found no answer, and yet had condemned Job. Now because they were years older than he, Elihu had waited to speak to Job. When Elihu saw that there was no answer in the mouth of these 3 men, his wrath was aroused. So Elihu, the son of Barachel the Buzite, answered and said, I am young in years, and you are very old. Therefore I was afraid, and dared not declare my opinion to you. I said, age should speak, and multitude of years should teach wisdom. But there is a spirit in man, and the breath of the Almighty gives him understanding. Great men are not always wise, nor do the aged always understand justice. Therefore I say, listen to me. I also will declare my opinion.
There we have it, guys. I am interested to see what he has to say in tomorrow's chapters. And it feels really nice doing this again after missing so many days. I don't know, guys. It's hard. I'm trying. I do feel like lately, like every time I start to make steps towards doing better and getting closer to God and my faith and doing the things that he wants me to do, like I know that he wants me to start taking care of myself better, exercising, eating better and stuff like that. And I feel like the more I do these things and I start making breakthroughs, it's like I just get bombarded with just life stuff, and I don't know if it's God allowing these things to happen because he's testing me to see maybe one, how I respond when these attacks happen and things happen. Like, how do I act? How do I feel? How does my heart feel? How do I feel about God when these things happen? And then also too, like, how do I bounce back? Do I bounce back from these things? So I don't know. I mean, it could be he's testing me. I don't know. But I'm already so far down this road with God that it's like the thought of turning away is just like not even an option, because I already know that like this path with God is the way to go, is going to be the best thing for my life and my soul, and I've already made so many good changes. And so if I have to endure some of these tests along the way for now, then so be it. I didn't feel this way a couple days ago. I'm not gonna lie. I was kind of upset with God yesterday because I was just like, I cried out to you for help. You didn't help me, but I don't know. I mean, I have to just trust that God is, everything that he does or doesn't do is for a reason, whether I see it or not. And I have to just trust that. I have to just lean into that faith and trust in God. And that is difficult for me. So I'm just trying to take it one day at a time right now, to be honest. So today's good. We did today's chapters, and I'm going to pray and hopefully just do even more tomorrow. So fingers crossed, guys. Wish me luck. I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye.